Well, if you're watching this video, I feel your pain. These Honda Foremans can be a pain when it comes to the fan. Those right there, just a nightmare. I I've owned, I don't know, a half a dozen Honda Foremans, maybe even more. Real fun to ride around. And I think every single one I've ever had came with a bad fan control module. So I usually just order one. Don't order that from Amazon. If you need one, I've got a box with several in it. If you buy the white one, you'll plug it all in. Your temperature light's gonna light up instantly. If that happens, it's not gonna work. I don't know what the deal is, why it does that, but it does. So you gotta do your checks there. Like if you ground out that wire, turn your key on, and if you ground out that wire and your fan comes on, it's because your temp sensor is bad. If you ground that wire and your fan doesn't come on, then it can be a couple of things. It could be a broken wire, it could be a burnt out fan, or it can be that control module. So I always ground that wire. Fan doesn't come on, I go right here. I go over here. These are your fan wires. They come up from the fan under this little boot. They plug in right here. Hook a positive and negative directly to the battery. If the fan comes on, you know your fan is good. So now you've checked your temp sensor, you've checked your fan. The only thing left is a broken wire or your control module, your fan box there, whatever you want to call it. So usually, you can go checking around for broken wires, why not? I that's what I do. Actually, I did, and I found a couple of these right here that are broken and rotten, so I'm gonna fix those, but those aren't for the fan. And I tested it, the connection is still good. So yeah, once you've made those checks, it's most likely that box. I don't know how you can test the box. I'm sure there's a way. I don't bother. I usually buy a box and be done with it. But now you can do the relay thing if you want. Relay's only a couple of bucks, and it'll do the same damn job as that box. As a matter of fact, if you leave that blue wire connected to the relay and just like tee into that wire while it's still plugged in to hook up your trigger wire, your temperature sensor is still going to work, your light's still going to work, and it's going to be like it'd be like the way it was if that control box was working. So that way you don't if you unplug that, then that light won't work. But if you leave it plugged in, I don't know, that part of the box usually keeps working. So anyways, try it out. If it's white like this, it's not going to work. It's got to be green. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments. All I know is if you buy the white one, I could never get it to work. So I've bought the green ones many times, and I think they're, I don't know, $100 or whatever it is. Not insane. To be honest, you want to have an ATV. Sometimes you have to spend a couple of bucks. But I thought, what's in this box? It must be a relay. We know we have our temperature sensor that turns, puts the ground through the module and then, triggers your fan to come on. So it's got to be a relay inside. So I thought, everybody's got a few relays hanging around. Don't mind the mess in here. Always a bunch of stuff going on. But so yeah, just a 4-pin relay. I've got multiples of them. I don't even know where they came from. Probably just collected them the last 10 years. But I thought, why don't I just make it my own relay? Basically do the same thing as what's inside that control box or whatever you call it. So that's my diesel heater. I just turned it off there so you can hear me speak. Anyways, so this is a Honda Foreman fan, and Yeah, like there's a mess of wires here. It could be tidied up quite easily. I don't know why they don't sell a bypass kit for the fan. They sell one for the shifting part of the bike. I have a video of that in my list of videos there if you want to see it. Actually, this bike has one of those bypass kits on it. Actually, this is the bike that I made the video of, because it used to be a parts bike, because it was a mystery on why it wouldn't shift, and then I discovered that kit, and that's it right there. You can see this new loom here and these relays right here. That's what this is. That's that shift bypass kit. Anyways, I figure why not make my own relay for the fan, because I don't know, it's just, this one's just a beater, and if I come across another parts bike that's got a good box on it, I'll scab it or whatever. But for now, I've got this junk here. It took me 5 minutes to make this, and there you go. That's all you need to do. You can hook the 12 volts. You can tie those two together straight to your battery, or you can use your ignition for if you want an ignition power source. But you put your 30 and 86 together. You run your 87 pin 87 to the positive side of the fan, and then the other plug on the fan you ground. So you got one coming from the fan to 87. The other side is grounded, and then your pin 85, you simply run to you hook it up to your temperature sensor. The little white wire there down along the side. This guy right here, sorry, the blue wire right down the side here, that goes to your temp sensor. So hook to the side that goes to the temp sensor, obviously. But yeah, so that would be pin 85. And so what'll happen is, when your ATV gets up to temperature, your temperature sensor is gonna ground, and when it grounds, basically the same as hitting the ground. Well, there you go. So it's basically a negative trigger relays. Is you wire it on the negative side is what it is. But save you from buying one of those $100 boxes, especially for you young lads there that don't have a lot of money, or just want to kind of get her done there with what you have around the house. Maybe your dad has a relay sitting in a parts box in the garage there you can steal. So yeah, nothing fancy. 4-pin relay. I think it was off of like an air horn or something that I had when I was a teenager. It's been sitting around forever. And so yeah, nothing fancy, but it works. So as soon as your temp sensor, now you got to make sure your temp sensor is good though, because that's the other problem that these have, is those sensors. I mean, they're $20 on Amazon. I probably have one here. Look, there's another one of those boxes. Yeah, this guy, that's what it looks like. That's in the bottom of the engine on the Foreman. I'm sure you guys have, already watched videos about this there, but it's basically under, if you look underneath there, it's real awkward to see, but it's there, and that's what it looks like. So that blue wire runs down to it, and as soon as the bike gets hot, sensor grounds, just like this, and your fan comes on. So you don't need that box anymore. So just get yourself a relay, a couple of connections, run a wire to your battery or to any power source. Really, those fans don't draw a lot of power, and they don't run for very long either. So yeah, anyways, thought I'd share that with you guys. I'm just farting around in the sea can tonight. Snowblower's in pieces. Bike needs to get fixed, but we have no snow. The snow in Canada here, it's a couple of degrees outside Celsius. Everything's melting, and yeah, it's one of those winters. I I gotta clean up this place. I've got, you know, I'm working out of a sea can. I have a shop that I work in all day long, but this is just for my little junk to work on. I got this monster furnace here from a good buddy of mine, John, who yeah, he wasn't using it. I wanted to get some heat in here, so I snagged it from him. But I know I'm building a wood stove at the shop, small wood stove that I'm going to stick there and just cram that sucker with wood. And I have a couple of diesel heaters also, actually. You know, there's one under there, and then I actually have another one here. So, like, I don't need that monster in here. My Harley needs to go right here somewhere so I can work on that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Little Foreman tip. I don't know if it can help someone. Great, and you know, go hook up a relay and pound on that four-wheeler. See you on the next one.